Hi, my name is Margaret, and I'm going to do a tutorial for Intro to Gmail. Right now, I'm going to launch my Google Chrome browser. And the fastest way for you to access your Gmail is going to www.gmail.com. Usually when you're using Google Apps for Business, your company would give you a domain name, usually like mail.xyz.com. So now to log in, you're going to put in your email address. We're going to use mike@bompiniconsulting.com and your password. So now we're signed in. So now here is your inbox. We're going to go through a couple of navigation steps. Let me just take those little notifications off. Sorry about that. The first thing you want you to get familiar with is the apps. So now you have Google Plus, Google Search, your mail, your Google Drive, calendar, sites, groups, and contacts. You can add more depending what your company has purchased and interacts with your Gmail. So from there, we're gonna move on by verifying your account. So first thing, once you first log in, you should sign right out just to make sure you know your user ID and password. Okay, now that, let me put in my password. Now we can continue with the tutorial. Now we're gonna go with some mail settings. Everything pretty much happens for your Gmail. If you want to change a setting or view or something, it goes by this gear button right here. It's under settings. So under this gear, you have a couple of menus. So right now we're gonna look at our emails now and how our view is. Currently I have it on compact. Compact is the spaces between the emails. The font is much smaller, comfortable to a little bit bigger, wider to see, a better view. Depending how much emails you have. Right now I only have 7. The way it looks, it pretty much matters. If you want to read everything right off from your screen, this view would be best. You could have cozy, the best of both worlds, you can see. But usually, because I have a lot of emails, I usually use compact. So now we're going to configure our inbox. So what this means is that you have a couple of tabs that it's grouped by. So you can have, because Google is very intuitive, it sorts your email. It knows by the email address and the frequency. So right here you have your primary. It's usually people within your company or pretty personal messages directly to you. Social is from, it's from Facebook, LinkedIn, it'll be categorized in there. Promotions, if you have something from Amazon or eBay, or updates, where it pretty much has the word updates within the email, so it'll categorize it that, or forums. If you're part of let's say a meetup group or things like that, it'll come into this category. So usually you have something as in a starred or preferred on an email, which is another category, and I'll show you that later. You can include that tab as well as your starred messages. So let's save here, and now you see I'm here, the social. I don't have anything in promotions, and I have 2 updates. Okay, moving on. Now we're going to go into your settings. And here is where everything you need to do to operate your inbox, your vacation, your signature, how you view your inbox, language, pretty much everything under the sun would be here, especially on the general tab. Next, we're going to have labels. Labels, if you were from the Exchange or the Outlook world, it's pretty much folders. For here, the labels here are just to group certain types of emails. You could say, these are my work emails, these are jokes or something personal. So right here, you can really create them and sort them out in this way. And next on the list is our search box. So right here on top, just like Google.com, it has your search here. So from this box, you can search any email, and it's pre-filled for you as you start writing words down, just like Google would think like the first 5 letters or 6 letters. Here would be the general search. So if I want to say, it'll pick up whatever I have here listed first, and that would be your search box. Now we're going to go by chat. Chat is usually on the left side of the screen. So what I have here are my little chat windows. As you see, these 2 users are not on, so I can't chat with them. But anyone with the green means that they're on and available, unless they have a status saying that do not disturb. Usually the red with the white line in the middle means do not disturb. And all right, we're going to go into depth on the next section is search mail. So there's 3 types of searching mails. 3 options to search mail. First, as I taught you here, it's like the first 4 or 5 letters. So let's see, what's this third? Oh, the same email will come out. Or if you need advanced, and let's say you have over like 200 emails, and you wanted to narrow it down, here in this triangle box, it gives you more search options. Here you can do from all mail and pretty much every category there is. But if you really need to find something, I always suggest to go through all mail. You could go by email address, and it'll help you by giving you a preferred list on what's been used. So I just typed in the letter M. We have all these options here. Let's say from here, we're going to say volunteer. It has words like schedule that does have an attachment and don't include chats. So when you're chatting with somebody, everything gets recorded. So you can search within your chats and your emails, which I think is a great option. And the date range, which is very important. A month ago, 2 months ago, or you think somebody said something 6 months ago, you could do in that option as well. Now let's hit the search, and nothing came out with those 2 options. So let's just come here. I know there's something. Let's say 2 weeks. Yes, and something came up. And then volunteer email issue. So here it'll have it in the yellow, what's highlighted and why it picked that. We're going to go into the basic account setup. So let's go back to the gear. Let's go into settings. And in the general tab, like I said before, is where all your options are at. I think the most important, even to set up your emails or your first 10 emails in Gmail, you have to put in your signature. So here, I put in here, this is always where you can customize. So here it's already put in, but you have options to put in your company logo. So you can add a picture here. And this little toolbar is like Microsoft Word. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you need any questions, you can always learn more. And this would pop up with your help menu, or you can mouse over and it'll tell you what the specific characteristic of each button is. So that's the first step. Second, if you're out of the office, scroll down and then you'll have your vacation responder. So now I have a vacation responder for the first day and the last day. Now you don't have to pick it, it's optional. And here we, just like your signature, it has the same toolbar. And here's where you leave your message. Hello, this is Mike. I'm sorry, but I'm currently out of the office. And then you can have 2 other options here. Only send to respond to people in my contacts, or within the organization. So I think I always do just people in my contacts, because you, since you can add people or auto filter, you can it's more of a range. If somebody's looking for you, you can direct them where you would like them to contact while you're not around on vacation. So overall, you could just hit save and those things were turned on. But since we're not on vacation, we're turning that off. Okay. Oh, let's go back into settings. We're going to do conversation view. Now, conversation view means that you can group emails with sent things that you have. So if one email has, I have conversation view on, which means if I'm in my inbox, I'll have 3 emails. So within this email, I sent something out and something came back. That's what it's pretty much telling me. So I received this email. Hi, Margaret, please see the email below. Response, and then another response. So this pretty much, once you group your emails, it tells you the whole story, what happened, what said what, and it really gives you enough time to review and give a quicker response. It's pretty efficient. But if you want conversations off, you can, and it'll separate only things that are coming in and not going out. So it won't group your sent items. So the same email here, it won't tell me how many emails, but I know by this little indicator I have a little bit to it. So here we'd only have just my response coming in, not with the sent, not with all the other tagging. So I think with Gmail, especially if you have these types of conversations, especially if you're working in a project, you'd probably want conversations on just to know who's handling what and understanding the bigger picture of that email. So let's turn your conversations on. Okay. Next, we're going to go for desktop notifications. We're going to go, and right here, here's the option. So once an email, let's say you're working on a document, you can have email notification. A bubble will come up on top or wherever you have it installed. It'll come up and notify you saying that you have a new email. And these are 3 types of notifications. One is for all emails that come in. And second is like only what you feel is important. So it'd be only from your primary box would show up. Or you can just take it off. And that's pretty important too. Okay. We're going to review the help on this as well. We're going to, on these learn more, if you didn't know what it meant, it'll launch your help menu. So we'd have learn more and the help menu would come up. And it'll explain to you what are desktop notifications, which I feel like if you don't know what something means and it does have a hyperlink, you would just put it on. But in general, if you ever need help, you go to the gear, the help, and the 5 or 6 help questions, the top 5 that are asked are all here. You can ask any question. If you want to ask about labels, say using labels, and it'll give you a whole description and a step-by-step guide of how to do it. And if you don't understand something, like you can really rephrase the questions and things like that. But this is a pretty helpful tool for you, and especially if you don't understand why this is configured this way or how to make it more efficient, how you want to organize your emails. So that is an important part. Now we're going to go to stars. Now, here you can use these types of stars or whatever you would like as something to mark the email if you want to follow up, or something that's significant you want to go back to, or something you want to sort by. these are preset stars. So you can have 1 star available, 4 stars available, or all stars available. Right now I have it under all stars, but you can put four stars. So I'd have the red, the blue, this check mark, and this exclamation point meaning important. So these are the most used tools, especially if you want to sort. So all right, let's save. Let's go into labs. Next on your labs, labs are things to make, little gadgets that make Gmail a little bit useful for you and have little shortcuts for you. So right now I have 2 things enabled. Canned responses and Google Calendar. So these are turned on. So we're going to save all our settings. And always when you're trying to save, it's always in the bottom. And don't worry, if you click out of there, it's going to tell you, you sure you want to disregard all your changes. So you always click cancel, you go back and you click save. So on the labs, so I told you I had the calendar. So from the calendar, I have a little navigation bar right here. You don't see it because I have the ocean theme, but in here I can see my calendar. So right now I had 4 events today. It's easier if you're trying to schedule a lot of things and you want to just go quickly go through your calendar to see, and you can schedule things and add events on the fly. And I think this is a very good gadget, especially if you need to schedule events and things of that nature. So okay, what's on the next list is now we're going to go into your contacts. So we're going to go to your Hollywood Squares and click on contacts. Here we only have 3 contacts. So in contacts, you could create a contact right here, and you can create groups. Now, groups here are like distribution lists, or how you can sort them for your own contact sorting things. So now I have one, I've created 2 groups. One is IT, the other one is personal. So let's create a new contact, and let's put in, let me see. We're going to put this name. I'm not sure if her email will come out. Usually when it does have as part of the Gmail group, it would show their profile here. So now these are automatically saved. Now you can put them in a group. You would create a new group. Let's say this one is gym friend. You can have her here. It won't be part of your contacts, but you don't have to put them in your contacts, but you could put them in a safe category there. So that's how you create contacts, and you can put them in a group. Okay. Now, next would be conversation threading. So let's go back to Gmail. As I said before, expanding conversations. So once you go in, here's, because I have conversations on, you can always read what happened. Start from the top, and usually the bottom is the last thing you see. So, so these are how you can expand your conversations. Now we're going to compose a message. So let's hit compose. Here you can do full screen or half screen. Some people need to see what they're writing, so let's do a full screen, just for the sake of training. So now you have two CC and blind CC. So the way this works, see here, let's put in Joy and let's CC Margaret. In here, you see how that works, and you can do blind CC as well. So you just have to be a little bit careful because it's when you're CCing somebody, you have to click on the right side just to get the line in. So what are you going to put in the subject here? Because you don't see it, because it's just the way Gmail works. Let's put in testing emails. Okay. Here now you can write as you're writing a normal email. So here you have all your tools where you have fonts and if you could do an explanation and things of that nature. So now here we're going to use one of our canned responses, which I turned on from the labs, and I'm going to use schedule something. So here we should schedule something later on this week. Which day is good for you? Or in the next area of composing emails, you have other options. You can attach files, or you can use the drive. You can insert a photo, link, or emoticon. So let's click an attachment to see how the window works. So let's click on the paperclip and let's attach Pumpy Wink. Okay. Now with Gmail, you can always drag in your attachments as well. So let's just, oh, that went into full screen. So let's say you want to drag, I have these cute photos that we can drop in here. You can drag in this photo, drag it below, so one below the message, and that's pretty much it. And you can also attach things from Google Drive. So you click on the Drive button if you have files. Let me see. So we're going to do this file as well, and you can enter that file as well. So right now you have your drive, something from your drive, something you drag and dropped, and something you just added an attachment from your My Documents. Okay. Now we can do, let's say you want to edit this canned message. Let's say you can highlight it all, you can bold it, use a different font. Let's do Comic Sans. Let's use a little bit of an indent. So here, like I said, if you don't know what they mean, these buttons or these editing menus, you can always mouse over and it'll tell you what the button does. Okay. So next on the list, let's do spell check. Let's spell something wrong. Hello. So from here, of course, with the red squiggly lines, you know it needs spell check. So from right here, you have additional menus, right where I had the canned responses. So you can do a lot here. Let's just check the spelling. So right here, in here, and I give you the option. And that's it. Now, if I didn't want to save this, I mean, I didn't save it at all, but I want to get back to this message later because I have to do X, Y, and Z. Fine. So instead of hitting send right here, we're just going to X out of it. And and now it's part of the drafts. So the good part about Gmail is that while you're editing, it's not going to delete anything. It's going to save as a draft. You could always go back to it. So just in case you walked away from your computer or you did something and you just clicked out of it by accident, it's pretty much saved on real time. So let's go back to your inbox and let's go into an email. So right here, you have an option here to reply to all, reply, or forward. So even right here, I have a setting to always reply all, because sometimes when you're part of a conversation and let's say you have 10 people on it and you're reading pretty quickly, you want everybody to be included because whatever project you're working on needs 10 people to know. So I have it as a default. It's not by default. The default would be reply. So you'd have to go back to your gear, into settings, and have default reply behavior. So right now I have it in reply all or reply. If you want to learn more about it, right there is that link again. So, and it'll tell you what it does, and you'll see right here at the marker. So right now we have a reply all, okay? Let's schedule this meeting. Let's reply all here and say, yes, of course. I was thinking for Monday. And we hit send. And now, because it's default, now everybody in the message got it. So I think it's a very good feature to have. All right. So let's go back to our inbox. And you want to know, let's go to the volunteer email. And you want to know what pretty much happens. So here would give you more details. So it pretty much trims your emails. So when you see this ... it'll tell you more. And right now it doesn't have that much. It just has a signature. But it pretty much consolidates your screen because it doesn't expand everything on your email because it just wants only the important things that went back and forth, what changed. So these are all the signatures that follow through on the email and things of that nature. So this ... will show you more details. Okay, and let's go into the details of the individual email. Here you have all your other options, especially if you want something like you want to filter these messages and things of that nature. You can from here, and especially it's easier from the message that you want to be filtered because you can create a rule here to filter it, and you can have a permanent filter for it and attach a label to it, and automatically go there with the label. So it's a better way of organizing, and it's more intuitive of how you use your email. So, okay, we have 4 more things to go over. So we're gonna organize with labels now. So we're gonna go a whole section on this. So you could create your labels on the settings under the gear, or you can do it from here, from your menu. Here, you can create labels on the fly, and you can manage your labels. Right now, I have 4 labels, right? I have 1 personal, 1 for work, and 2 sub-labels. It's called nested folders or nested labels within the work. So there'd be work/meeting or work/NAPW, and that's a project that I'm working on. So you could create a new label here, and let's just create one saying gym. And you can create a nest under a root folder. Let's say put personal. So let's create that. So this conversation was categorized under personal, under gym. So now you see the email there. Let's go here. And you can see it here on your inbox. So you can apply those labels. You can apply more labels to it. And you can manage your labels here. And it'll go right into your settings. And if you want to show this or you want to hide this, you can hide your personal and not show it on your regular on your screen. So we'll just come here, and now personal doesn't show up anymore. So we'll have work, meetings, and NAPW. Okay, now let's go and create filters. So let's go here. So I want to say I would like to create a filter. Well, you can create a filter in two ways. You can create it within the email, which is the easiest way, or you could create your own filter on the search. So here it gives you the option, create a filter within the search. So let's say I want everything from Joy Villanueva. Search all menu. Okay, create a filter. Everything that came from Joy, I wanted to apply a label to it, and I wanted to put it under work. And now, because I put in everything from this email address applied to this email, it'll show me how many matching conversation it has. So right now it has 3. I can also put in a category or whatever. She emails, send the candidate response, so I can do this. And it's very intuitive. You can delete it, forward it, mark it as important, and we're going to put it as mark it as important as well. We're going to apply to all these to the 3 matching conversations, and we're going to create the filter. And now we have it here. Or you can create a filter. Let's see, Gmail team. So we're going to use the downward triangle, the more, and then set filter message like this. And here your screen comes up. And filter within the search, and we're going to apply a label to it. And, you know, we make a label to it. Let's put it in meetings. And there's 2 conversations. So we're going to apply that rule to it. And bam, create the filter. All right. Now we have the next section. It is archiving and deleting. So in Gmail, when you delete something, it goes right to the trash. It takes about 30 days for it to permanently delete out of Gmail. I mean, if you're one of these people that need to go to the trash and just delete it now, you can. But you can just leave it there. It doesn't count towards your inbox storage or anything like that. So just in case you need it, or you have to filter through it, or search an email that just that you need it, you deleted by accident, at least it's there for 30 days. Now, archiving. Now, archiving here means it's going to be sent to all mail, and it's not going to be under your primary inbox. That's what it all means. Like, you get it out of the inbox. It doesn't disappear anywhere. It'll just go to your all mail. So let's say you want to archive something, how to use Gmail with Google Apps. So you go, this is the button for archive. So you hit archive. Now it disappeared. It's not there anymore. And right now it'll be located under all mail. See? Oh, it's down here. So let's put that back. And let's move it to the inbox. So, and now it's back. So, and that's what archive does. It just gets it out of the inbox into all mail. So maybe you want to clear up your screen or you don't need it anymore. You can just archive it. You can move it into the label permanently and things of that nature. All right, now we're going to go into the chat. Now with chatting, here it gives you an option. So now, once you mouse over or you search for the person you want to chat with, you just type in their name. Let me see, Audrey Yule. Let me see if she's there. Oh. You can load in. I don't know if the person's available or not. Let's use somebody that we do know. So here you could do, it's pretty much, you could do the chat just like regular SMS. Hi, how you doing? No, I'm doing fine. So let me just, oh, if they're offline, they'll receive the message offline. So they'd be like, hi, my name, hi, did you get my message? And whenever that person gets back online, they'll know. Here you can create a video chat, which I'm going to launch. You just click the video icon, and then it'll start dialing the person. Ooh, and there I am. And once the person answers, you can start your Google Hangout. And it's kind of hard when no one's around to do a Hangout with you. But here it has all the other options. You can share your screen. Let's say I want to just share this entire screen. So we click share. And now we can share the screen from here. Oh, so let's just stop that. Like I said, it's very difficult when you don't have a person on the other side to show you. But you can share your YouTube. This remote desktop, if you have to fix something, you can use this feature. You can take a photo of whatever you need. You can initiate the chat. And that's pretty much all the other icons you're going to use. So let's get out of there. That's a little bit embarrassing. And there is another way to use chat and video chat as well. You can use Google Plus Hangout. This is where you have the on-air stuff. So you can go to your Hollywood Squares and go into your Google Plus app. So here, you can navigate from your home and go to Hangouts. That's pretty much the easiest way. Now you have Hangouts on Air, where you can schedule pretty much like a presentation, and you can have it within your company or things of that nature, and you can do it from here. Or you can do the video Hangouts from here. You can just start a Hangout, as I did before, and you can get up to 9 people in your Hangout, and you can invite all these people, and you can have them join the call. And I wanted to show you all the other features, but I do need somebody on the other line to pretty much make everything work, about 2 other people to hang out with, and I think it's a little bit too late to do all that. But that's all the time that I have for this tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And that's it, and thank you for listening. No, where is my other button?